Hey guys, it's Tay. My name is Taylor. I am 31 years old from Minnesota. I make YouTube videos about whatever the hell I want to talk about. And I am on the tail end of a cold, so I may sound a little bit different this time. But today's Monday. It's time for me to figure out what kind of video I want to make. And I kind of want to switch up my, just the way that I talk about the introductions to my videos and stuff. And as you see, I've added some blonde in my hair. I wanted to switch up my look because I've been in a rut lately, and I want to tell you why. Because I feel like I've had to be quiet about this for 3 years now, almost going on 3 years at the end of May. And I have a lot of shit to say, and I'm on lunch break, so I'm probably not going to get into all the details. But, I have 2 older sisters. We have the same parents, and our relationship with each other has been rocky throughout the years, and I'm sure that's normal with siblings. But something that's a little bit unique about my situation is that my oldest sister, she is a retired police officer. And her husband, he was a police officer, but he died unexpectedly in June 2021. And so I'm not gonna get into like super details because obviously this is my personal life, but I have kind of been estranged from my sister and them for 3 years now, ever since the George Floyd incident in 2020. A lot happened all at once, and here we are now, 3 years later, and apparently we're still holding on to this grudge. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, and I just wanted to talk about why you should choose love and open up your heart and tell people how you feel about them. Because I have been really struggling with telling people how I feel, trying to explain my situation. It's obviously a touchy subject. I don't want to say anything that's going to hurt my sister, and obviously I don't want to hurt my nieces or my brother-in-law. And it's weird because I never got to talk to my brother-in-law again. And so a part of me feels kind of guilty about that. So, I gotta open my door because I'm getting a little warm. I don't want to turn my car on. So, I have been trying my best to be a nice, loving, empathetic, caring sister and aunt. Someone's outside. I have been trying my very best to be kind and think about what I say and do before doing it. And it just seems like at this point, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. And I'm pretty freaking sick of it. And I'm going to speak my mind. And I don't know who's going to watch this video, but at this point, I don't really care. I just want to get my thoughts out there. because this has bothered me for a long time, and I'm not going to have it anymore, because I got to see both of my sisters this past weekend and all my nieces, and my oldest sister pretty much ignored me, and I don't fucking get it, because last year my dad came from South Carolina and we all got together, and I went up to my sister and I physically apologized to her face, and she really didn't say much, and she just kind of left me hanging, and it sucks. So let me tell you initially what I did that pissed her off, and I'm going to tell you why, like a little bit of insight on my side of the story, because obviously there's two sides to every story. We all have our opinions. I understand that. I understand that there's people on the internet that are not going to agree with me, and that's okay. Please don't comment below what I should do, because this is my life. I've been living it for 3 years this way, and I need something to change, and I feel like I've tried everything else, but I'm not going to keep quiet about this anymore. So, 3 years ago in May, George Floyd, he had an officer in Minneapolis knee on his neck for, I don't remember how long it was. I think it was like more than 9 minutes. And he eventually died. And Minneapolis is about an hour away from where I live. So it really hit home. And it hit a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And social media and the internet went crazy. And I just started to get in this loophole of watching these videos of men and women in uniform in law enforcement dragging mostly Black people out of their cars. A lot of times you'd see them beating them up. Like, I don't get it. Seriously, like, these videos were super alarming to me because I don't work in law enforcement, but obviously it's happening in a lot of places, and it's not okay. It's not okay if it's a white person. It's not okay if it's a Black person. It's not okay if it's an Asian person. Anybody. Why would you have to drag them out of their car like that? Like, with such force? I mean, I thought that police officers were supposed to protect and serve. But there's videos, real live videos of people, like real people who are getting beat up. I saw one video of an old man. He was just walking on the street, and I think a police officer pushed him over or something, and then they all just stood there. What the fuck? How is that okay? Oh, because he's a criminal? Oh, because he stole $20 at the store? Seriously? We're talking about stealing $20 or somebody's life. And that's what I think. That's what I feel. And I'm not going to change my mind. And I'm an empath. I feel my feelings very deeply. And watching those videos, I felt a lot. And I tried to put myself in their shoes, and it just broke my heart. And so anyway, I do remember posting a few of these videos on my Instagram stories. And so the next part of the story, I guess, is I had been sharing a Netflix account with my sister, and I was actually borrowing it from her. And I went to log into Netflix one day, and it said that the password had been changed. So I texted my sister. Honestly, I didn't put two and two together. I had no idea, like, what was happening. And so this is like crazy thinking about now. So anyway, I'm like, hey, did you change the Netflix password? I can't log in. And I'm not good at remembering what the exact wording is. I do have screenshots, but I don't want to like look at them all the time and re-traumatize myself, if that makes sense. But she started talking to me over text in all capital letters, and she told me that I should know why she changed the password. And I'm like, no, I don't know why. I'd love it if you would tell me. And she went off. She blew up on me. And I have felt so guilty for saying that. And I feel bad for saying that my sister freaked out on me, because I care about human life. And she pretty much said Black Lives Matter isn't a real thing. And I don't know what's going on. And I guess I just really pissed her off. And she must have thought that I was against police officers. So I was shaking while we were having this conversation over text. And she started to use my mental health against me. And she started to tell me that, well, maybe you smoking marijuana isn't a good thing for your mental health. And she would tell me that she didn't like my boyfriend, who is now my fiance. And then she said that she saw a comment that he made that all it said was ACAB, ACAB. And if you don't know what that means, I'm going to tell you. It means all cops are bad, or a lot of people say bastards. And so Corey and I, we were pretty new in our relationship, but we had a lot of conversations about Black Lives Matter and all of these videos resurfacing. And there was a lot of political stuff going on, Trump, and we just, like, he never got sick of me talking about it, and I just felt I felt like I could talk to him about anything. And we were totally on the same page. And it just broke me apart that even my own family members, like, totally cool if you want to call yourself a Republican, but, like, don't you think you should care about human life? So, anyway, this past weekend, it was my niece's birthday, and my sister, who I'm talking about, she was there. She pretty much didn't acknowledge me most of the time, and I just kind of I'm over it at this point. I'm constantly ignored, and it really fucking hurts my feelings, and I think that it sucks that she just was gonna leave me in the dark, but thankfully, my other sister asked her why she's so distant towards me, and her excuse was that I told her oldest daughter that they shouldn't be left home alone so often. My 12-year-old and 4-year-old nieces. I mean, their dad just died. I wouldn't want them to be by themselves, but I don't have kids, so don't listen to the girl who doesn't have kids. But I love my nieces dearly. I just think it's strange that she's now holding this new grudge over me, when it was 3 years ago she told me she was terrified for her life because people know where she lives. So why are you concerned that I'm concerned about the girls? Seriously, make it make sense. So I gotta go back in. I'm done with my lunch break. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm not the greatest storyteller. I'm sorry about that. But if anybody has any tips for me, let me know. I plan on moving on with my life and just distancing myself more. I don't need that toxic energy. It's every time we're around each other, something feels off and I don't like it. So that's my quick story about something that happened in my life the last few years, and I'm not going to be quiet about it anymore, because I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, you know? My intentions are not negative, and if your intentions are negative, get the fuck off my page. All right, have a great week. Bye.